a working woman today. I'm going to my sister's to cut her hair. So we are an on-the-go hairstylist today. I have this little kit that I use when I cut my hair at home. It's just like the comb and then the cutting shears. We've stepped it up because I used to use like the kids' scissors, like Fisker's scissors. I've only ever cut my own hair. I've never done someone else's. So I'm actually really excited. I think she just wants to do a little chop. Today is a Monday. I thought it'd be fun to start a weekly vlog because I'm living alone this week. If you don't know the whole situation, my boyfriend who I live with, he is a firefighter. So his shifts are 24 hours, 10 days out of the month. So basically like a third of the month he's gone. But on weeks like this week, he took a ton of overtime, which means you and I, it's just gonna be us two. So, yeah. Haven't done these in a while. Oh, okay. That was agave, elderberry, lemon, cinnamon, and cloves. That's supposed to be like a immunity one. This one is vitality, coconut water, turmeric, lemon, and black pepper. Way worse. I mainly got stuff for tonight. I'm doing a spicy coconut ramen. So lots of fresh veggies for that. I did want to stock up just in case I ever feel like doing some fall baking, but this is my favorite pumpkin puree to bake with. So I got some of that. Restocked on our fruits we like to have, our hyper fixation snack right now. This is the best flavor. The butter one is literally insane. It tastes like movie theater popcorn. And then I'll probably try this later. I had the Shirley Temple flavor and unfortunately it was sold out, but they did have strawberry cream, but the other one was so good. So I have high hopes for this one. It always feels like such a treat laying in bed in the middle of the day because I never let myself do this because I just get so relaxed, but it's a cloudy day outside. I feel like the weather affects my mood so much. Like if it's sunny, it's easier for me to be productive and do things for some reason, but when it's cloudy and overcast and kind of dark like this, I just want to be lazy. So anyway, I got what I needed to get done today, So laying here is my reward. It's truly glorious. It just feels wrong. But this is why we love adulthood, because we make the rules in this house, baby. I'm still reading the second book, Crown of Midnight in the Throne of Glass series. I am reading it in publishing order, so I read Throne of Glass first. This has been really good so far. I'm really liking it. I'll keep you updated as I finish these books. I asked Micah the other day to look up because some of the books, especially later in the series, I want to say it's a 6 or 7 book series, maybe more. I asked him to look up how many pages total this series has, and it's around 5,000 pages of reading, which is crazy. You guys, it's crazy. Now that it is officially the Burr months, I've been feeling it really setting in that I'm about to hit my quarter life, 25 in November. I feel like I'm always trying to get my life together. You guys have seen me do countless videos on this channel about that, but especially now I'm like, okay, we need to get some things in order. I want to feel my best. I want to just feel good entering such a brand new season of life. One thing that has always helped me feel aligned and good is taking care of my mental health. And there's so many different ways that you can do this, like journaling, meditation, or moving your body. But sometimes you might feel like you need a little more support, and that's where therapy can really help. BetterHelp, the sponsor of this video, is on a mission to make starting therapy easier. I feel like it can be scary, or maybe you don't know where to start, but with BetterHelp, all you do is fill out a questionnaire and then you'll be matched with a therapist in as little as a few days. For me, going to therapy has given me so many tools on how I can feel most connected with myself and how to best take care of my mental health. I've struggled a lot with being present and getting carried away with anxious thoughts, so learning the 5-4-3-2-1 method has helped ground me in times that I feel scattered or my mind is just everywhere else. It's focusing and paying attention to 5 things you can see, 4 things you can touch, 3 things you can hear, 2 things that you can smell, and 1 thing that you can taste. And that has been such a grounding exercise for me to do and lean on when I feel like I need it. There's just so much discovery to do about yourself, and therapy can help with that. So if you've been thinking about starting therapy but you don't know where to begin, BetterHelp could be the right fit for you. You can go to betterhelp.com/Ava to get 10% off your first month of therapy and start prioritizing you. topped off in the kitchen tonight. I have the ramen going right now. The noodles are still cooking, but the sauce is really good. I feel like maybe overdid it a little bit. Trying to do chicken katsu as well, like an air fried chicken katsu, but I just felt like I wanted to put tofu in there. Too late. I thought chicken katsu would pair really well with the ramen, so I'm gonna make that dressing. I still need to add all the greens and stuff. It's definitely been a lot of steps, but I'm having fun. I'm about to have a bomb dinner, so there's really no complaints. How scary is that hallway? This is the only downside when you're home alone. Don't get me started on these long hallways. I can't look down them because I'm just horrified. Sometimes I'll cook with the show, but I've been trying to just truly cultivate a vibe. So I've just been cooking while I listen to music, which is so fun. I've never made my own katsu sauce at home. Micah has. I did look up a little recipe, but I'm kind of just eyeballing it. Main ingredients though are ketchup, Worcestershire whatever sauce, a bit of shoyu, and then some brown sugar. We'll try that with my little piece of air fried chicken katsu. Oh my god, that actually tastes so good. I feel bad sometimes when I make meals like this when Micah's not home, because I'm like, oh my gosh, I want him to have this too. He's definitely okay. They eat very well at the fire station, and they'll have elaborate meals sometimes that I'm literally jealous, but I don't know, it's been kind of nice lately to make nice meals for myself. Look at that, just made my bowl. I'm going to garnish it, add a little bit of lime, place one in there for good measure. And there we go, got my side plate of chicken katsu and my sauce. I think this is the best dinner I've made for myself, maybe ever. 10 out of 10, worth the effort. I do have a big fat mess to clean up. That's okay. This is exactly what I was craving. I wanted something warm, comforting. I feel like cooking a nice meal for yourself is one of the biggest acts of self-love you can do, because it's telling yourself, okay, I deserve effort, I deserve nice things, and I can literally give that to myself. And it's just, every time I make myself a meal like this, I'm like, wow, she loves me. Got ourselves a blueberry matcha this morning. Still have to try it, but I still have a lot of blueberry syrup left over. I made it in my last video if you saw that, and I've been dying to try it with matcha. That's fire. I'm pretty much just gonna be home the entire day working on the computer editing. So we got the walk done, which is good. I'm gonna do a push day workout. So chest, shoulders, and triceps. Get it done early, and then I'll have the whole day to kind of just get stuff done. We're in my old stomping grounds right now. I'm in town, just past my old apartment, which always makes me so nostalgic because that was a time. If you're familiar, or if you've been here and you've been to Ala Moana, which is actually, I don't know if it's the United States' biggest outdoor mall or the world's, probably not the world's biggest outdoor mall. Anyway, it's like a thing to do here, Ala Moana Mall. I literally used to live right across the street. So dangerous for my wallet, but yeah, a really fun time. You might be like, Ava, what's on your arm? I just got 2 of my tattoos laser removed. It was my second session. This is something that takes months and months. They say 10 to 16 sessions, and you need at least 8 weeks in between each one, so it's a very long process. I want to say I have about 8 or 9 tattoos. They're all really minimal, really cute, dainty, love them, but there's 2 that I just want gone, so we're removing them. The one right here, which is the bikini one, I just didn't like it. I also didn't like what it looked upside down. This was definitely an impulsive one. And then also the star, which part of me kinda loved it. Like after the first session that I did, I was like, wait, do I actually want to remove this? It actually kind of looked cuter because it faded a little bit from the treatment. So TBD on fully removing the star. That was also another impulsive one where I was getting these cute little flowers done and the tattoo artist basically told me that he could do another really small one for free. So I was like, sure, why not? Let's just pick something top of my head. Star. I haven't spoken about doing this on YouTube yet, so I'm hoping that it doesn't disappoint, because when I posted initially the first session that I had, this was like a few months ago, on TikTok and Instagram, people were mad. I got a lot of comments and actually a lot of DMs of people just expressing disappointment. A lot of people used very angry, harsh words, basically not agreeing with getting tattoos removed. And I'm only laughing because it just make it make sense. I'm keeping all my other ones because I love them and they do remind me of certain times in my life, and some of them do really have a lot of meaning, but it's also okay if I want to remove some. Laser tattoo removal exists and I'm gonna use it. Don't want to rant on that for too long, but hopefully you guys are okay with the fact that I want to remove a tattoo on my body. I don't like getting sassy on the internet, but sometimes it needs to be done, okay? Anyway, since I'm in town, we're having a little town day. I brought my work bag, have my computer with me, so I'm gonna go get some food and get some work done. Well, a beautiful day. Here's my outfit. Very productive work day. I got a lot done. Honestly, probably more than I would have gotten done at home. As much as I love working from home, sometimes it can be hard to keep yourself on task. Now I can go home and eat leftovers for the 3rd night in a row, which is crazy. That recipe has just been the gift that keeps on giving. Shit just got crazy in this book. Not a spoiler, but if you have read it, I just got to this part in Crown of Midnight. Oh my god. It's gonna be a night for sure. I'm gonna spend some time reading. It's not even 9 p.m. yet. I honestly will probably read for about an hour. It's been really nice. I feel like I've finally gotten back into my reading routine, which I have been off for so long. I hardly read any books this year. I want to say I maybe read like 5 or 6 books, which I feel like for me isn't a lot. I kind of talked about it in my last vlog, but I feel like my screen time has just been a little high for my liking, and so I've been trying to do things that get me off my phone, like reading, for example. Even in the waiting room today, when I was waiting for my tattoo removal appointment, I had to wait for like 15 minutes, and I'm really glad I brought this book, because otherwise I would have just been on my phone the whole time. So it's really nice to carry a book in your purse. I feel like it also makes you look mysterious, which never hurt anybody. I slept so well last night. I also snoozed my alarm like 5 times. So it's 7:15 right now. I wanted to be up a little bit earlier, but I'm not gonna complain about getting more than 8 hours of sleep. I'm gonna get ready for the day. I always get so many questions about this cute little makeup bag every time I do a get ready with me on TikTok, which I've kind of made a little series of me sitting down, getting ready, and talking about relationship stuff, spilling some of my lore, unhinged advice, unhinged stories, stuff like that. But how cute is this little makeup bag. This is the mini size. It's from Baggu. Love their brand. They also have a large version, so I'll link it down below in case you're interested. Ever since maybe 2 or 3 months ago, I made it a goal and kind of a non-negotiable to post once a day on TikTok, just because obviously creating content is what I do for a living. And so even though YouTube is my favorite platform, my main and like biggest platform, it's good to diversify. And crazy enough, even though it changes as social media changes, but I actually have been making the bulk of my money through short form content, which is crazy because what used to be the biggest moneymaker was YouTube and long form. So it's just a completely different industry. And so I was so against it for a while. I just felt like I didn't know how to make short form content. And I also just wasn't into it. But I feel like lately I've been in a good groove and it's kind of fun actually. But I will say, I am never leaving YouTube. I feel like this is the platform where I feel most connected to you guys. And I think this is where you guys feel the most connected to me, just because it's the longer form. I feel like on the short form, you're kind of just getting people's attention and then boom, they scroll away. But here we're hanging out. We've spent a lot of time together. Side note, this product, one of my recent finds and recent faves, I already ordered my third one because I'm running out of this, but it's the Tarte Go With The Faux Fake Freckles, and the little applicator looks like that. So you just dip it into the sponge. They have different shades for your freckles. It honestly looks really natural and I've gotten a lot of compliments. Micah and I have been having more conversations about getting a dog. Not anytime super soon, but it is something we've been thinking about. It's something I've always wanted. Like, I've always wanted my own dog, but obviously with that comes a lot of responsibility and that's not something I take lightly. So I wasn't just gonna do it on a whim because that just wouldn't be fair, especially with the amount that I was traveling, am traveling right now. It just doesn't make sense right now. But looking into the future, maybe the near future, maybe sometime next year, we've been talking about what that would look like. And the reason I bring it up is because I'm someone who is plagued with being allergic to dogs. It's actually horrible. Don't know what I did to deserve that. I'm allergic to Coda, my parents' dog, that he sometimes comes here too, but it's worse with some dogs more than others. With Coda, he has super short fur, and so that isn't as much of an issue, but anytime he licks me, wherever he licks me, I'll like break out in hives, which is just so sad. And sometimes my allergies will get super bad to the point where I just feel super ill. And so if you have any ideas, or you also deal with being allergic to dogs and know of any good breeds, obviously I've been doing my own research as well, but I'm just curious, anyone else who experiences this, what do you do? Because obviously I think we're gonna have to get a shorter hair dog. Like, I don't think, for example, I'm trying to think of like a shaggy dog, like a golden retriever, out of the question. That would just be like, no. But yeah, that's kind of what we're starting to research, is dogs that would be compatible with me, because I'm down for getting allergies here and there. That's not a big deal, especially if it's avoidable, like, you know, washing my hands often and not touching my eyes after I touch the dog, like that I can handle. I would like to not feel like I'm constantly dying when I have a dog, you know? I'm excited for when that chapter does finally happen. Again, not anytime super soon, but something we're kind of starting to think about and talk about. Also, here's the makeup. I will show you the lip products that I just used because this combo is one of my favorites. This might be the 4th or 5th pencil that I've bought because I just use it all the time. It's the Urban Decay 24/7 lip pencil in Naked 2. It is the nicest, prettiest neutral color, kind of like a My Lip color, but better. I think it's so, so pretty. And today I layered it with Glossier's Villa, which is a little bit more of a pinky. I think the combo looks really cute. I'll either use this, or another one of my favorite is Tarte Maracuja Juicy Lip in Coconut. I've also talked about this before. This one's a little bit more of a nudie kind of color. And if I'm really feeling it, I'll top it off with a little lip gloss. This one is in the color Bubble from Say. So yeah, that's what I've been loving. I haven't done a get ready with me in so long. Do you guys ever remember the last time I like chatted with you on YouTube here and did my makeup? Do we like this? Do we care? Let me know your thoughts, because I'm down to do this more often and kind of just chat about what's going on. Sometimes I feel like I don't actually tell you guys what's going on and just random things that are on my mind because I'm showing you what I'm doing, which is good. I think it's good to show what I'm doing because that's just fun, but I feel like I don't really sit down a lot and, you know, so let me know if you liked it. Also, yes, I am a floor sitter. I love sitting on the floor. This is where I always want to be. I don't like standing up. I love to sit on the ground and do my makeup. It is one of life's great pleasures. If you don't care about books, then this is where the video ends. But if you do care, I finished this. Which one of you was gonna tell me? Actually, no, literally thank you guys so much for not spoiling stuff for me, because if you do, I will block you. I was not ready for specifically like the last chapter of this book. Jaw on the floor. Did not see that coming, and I feel like I've never had any spidey senses with this book. I feel like a lot of books are predictable with the romance of like who's gonna end up together, or like if I'm reading a mystery book, it's kind of obvious like who's gonna get murdered and who did it, whatever. If you read this, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I was not ready for that. I actually liked this quite a bit more than the first book, Throne of Glass, so I honestly am just excited to continue reading the series. It's a 7-book series, 8 if you count the prequel, which the prequel is up next. If you're a Throne of Glass fan, then you know there's a lot of opinions on what order you should read the books in. Some people think you should read this first, but I personally wanted to read it in publishing order, and this was published third. And after reading Throne of Glass and Crown of Midnight, I can see why people would want to read this first. I'm actually really glad I didn't, because now I feel like everything's just gonna start clicking into place, and I'm probably not ready to read this either, and my heart is not ready. So if you don't hear from me for a while, it's probably because I'm reading this and I'm not doing well. So please check in on me. I don't think I'm prepared for what I'm about to read. At least that's what everyone keeps saying. People are like, you're not ready. You're not ready. And I'm like, what do we mean by that? There's only one way to find out. Yeah, I'm loving it. I don't know if anyone actually cares about these book updates, because this series is quite old. I think the first book was published in 2013, which is crazy that that's 12 years ago. And even the one I'm about to read, Assassin's Blade, was published in 2014. So this isn't like new news or anything, but it's new to me. It's rocking my world. I have not felt this way about a book series in a very long time. And so this is a very exciting feeling. If you are a reader, you know that this feeling is the best and you want to just savor it, but at the same time, you want to just like get through all the books. Ugh, I love when this is like my biggest issue. That's my update. And this is me before reading Assassin's Blade. Mental stability, mental health is intact. We'll see about after.